record video and start stream. This is part 9 of 1001 video games you must play before you die. After 9 videos, I finally got the name right. This is Galaxian. Original release date 1979, platform arcade, developer Namco, and genre shoot 'em up. Galaxian was the first release by Namco, a former merry-go-round manufacturer whose later hits, perhaps you've heard of Pac-Man, would leave this debut in the dust. To the modern gamer, Galaxian looks like an evolutionary step that's best forgotten, the missing link between the groundbreaking but rigid Space Invaders and Galaxian's own successor, a little-known game as Galaga. On release, Galaxian was revolutionary, boasting a full-color display and replacing the clumsy aliens of Space Invaders with sharp-winged, sinister, yet vividly colored ships. The flagship enemy type became a minor icon, and a bonus item in other Pac-Man and Dig Dug. Another significant advancement was in the movement of the enemy's attacks. The robotic to-and-fro motion of Space Invaders enhanced by squadrons of fighters unexpectedly peeling out of formation to dive bomb your positions. Namco's game even had a theme tune. Clearly, it represented a step toward something certain arcade operators recognized by making one game of Galaxian cost twice as much as what players expected to pay. But if it didn't step far enough, you're still limited to just one shot at a time. With so much happening on the screen, that limit feels unnatural. You have to plan every shot and watch every attack, even as kamikaze line up for a crack at you. And even the dive bombing mechanic feels limited to the complex and graceful patterns that would emerge in Galaga, the sequel that endures as one of the most highly regarded classics of the golden age of video gaming. But Galaxian is still worth a credit or two. Even if you're not a history buff with its appealing visuals and well-balanced gameplay, Galaxian delivers a well-executed shooter game that, in truth, can only be faulted for what its maker hadn't yet invented. So this is Galaxian. I am playing it on arcadespot.com, and it's showing me the mission destroy aliens. We are the Galaxians. And so you see here, we're going to use enter to start, and you use Z to fire, and X to do, I think X is for, X is also shooting. So we have to dodge the kamikazes, or if we can shoot them before they get close to you. And so I think that this is still a relevant game. I think this is super, super important, super cool. And although I actually used to have a Galaga 1 cabinet that had, so many of them. I used to have a Galaga 1 cabinet that had a Galaga 2 original board in it. That was actually super duper fun. I can definitely see the allure of this game, especially at a time when we had games like, all previous 8 videos. This definitely has an allure to it that is very cool. And actually, I should say, I've never played Galaxian prior to this, Galaxian, depending on whoever wants to pronounce it. So this is my first experience playing it, and it is super cool. I can definitely see this being a classic that really shouldn't be considered forgotten. This is super, super fun. Galaga also relevant, super fun as well, but this is a completely kind of different vibe to it that I think is, I should say, the mechanic of having them come down and try to go ahead and kill you, that's cool. That is very cool. With the Galaga cabinet I used to have was actually kind of funny because it was a Galaga 1 cabinet, but it had Galaga 2 in it, so it was unplayable. Like, somebody had swapped out. I assume that the original card had gone bad, and that was the reason why that they had replaced it. But the thing is, in Galaga 2, in Galaga 2, there's an additional plane that you can travel in. So I think you can spin, and in Galaga 1, it's different as far as I understand. So they hadn't upgraded the cabinet with that feature, so it was unplayable. It was an unplayable game that I felt was kind of annoying. and I eventually ended up losing that captain in a series of unfortunate events. And so it's super obnoxious, super annoying, and I really do wish that I still had it. And I wish today that I had it. There's that dude with the Airbnb, and I think in North Carolina, who has the largest private collection in the United States of arcade games. And I want to say it's like $200, $300 a night or something, $180 maybe a night. And it's, you share the house. I think he lives there. It's his house. So you share the house with him, but you go down and you have access to his entire collection, which to me is crazy. That's so cool. It is on my, even though, you know, when you go to Airbnbs or you go on vacations, you're supposed to be going to relax and everything like that. I love that idea. The Fun Spot in, and I don't remember what state Fun Spot is in, but Fun Spot and Ghost Rider in Illinois, I want to say it's, or Goat something in Illinois, that other arcade, largest arcade collection. They count themselves as the largest collection in the United States or the world, I don't remember, and I believe it, because they have a lot of games. Yes. No. Come on. Okay, alright, I'm one away, come on. That's it, first level done. So, those are some spots that I would definitely love to go to, because I think playing these games on the original hardware is cool. I think playing the games on the original hardware is super cool. I think that they deserve to be remembered, and I think they deserve to be played, and if I had the money, I would probably definitely, interesting. I can't use those alternative buttons anymore. I would definitely have an arcade collection playable out here. Family Arcade over in front of the college here in Los Angeles has a pretty robust collection, but it's not a historical collection, it's more of just an arcade that you can play. So there's nothing wrong with that, it's just, that's not the vibe that I think I would like to go ahead and convey in my own project if I did something like that. It is something definitely on my mind, something I do want to do. You know, hey, that's Robert right there. You know, that's Machine Vegan's arcade right there. He's got this huge collection of vintage arcade machines. And as far as why the screen, by the way, keeps doing that, I think it's because the site keeps trying to load another advertisement, and I have the screen cropped, so it keeps trying to move it or whatever. And so, whatever. You guys aren't gonna see those ads because I don't want it. This is super fun. I can definitely see myself playing this for an hour, maybe 2 hours every now and again, or definitely if I had a contest between friends in the 80s, late 70s when this game came out. I can definitely see myself spending some time at the arcade slapping this out and telling everybody about my moves and stuff like that. Super simple game, super cool. As far as what it looks like here, it looks like Space Invaders. And then obviously it becomes Galaga. And so my wife just came and asked me what I was going to do after this, and I said, I've got one more video to film, which is Lunar Lander. Super cool game as well. But I'm going to play the board game version of Space Invaders, because not only is there a board game version, but it also has a one-player board game version of Space Invaders. So yeah, I'm going to play an analog video game. An even more analog video game. Do you even analog? So, super simple, super straightforward. I do really do appreciate the multiple sites that carry these games that keep the code alive and well. I do hope that someone out there has preserved the Galaxian cabinet. I'm sure someone has, but I hope that they continue to do it, and I hope that they're recognized for being what should be considered, like, it's an Indiana Jones, it belongs in a museum, because it does. These stuffs are just as valid in pop culture and just as valid in historical culture than street signs and buildings that help build the society that we live in today. And so, super short video. Galaxian is very straightforward. You can see the sun behind me finally went below the horizon. I think it actually just went behind that building. Very, very easy, very straightforward. I like Galaxian a lot. That was super, super cool. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, contact me. I am here because I like video games, I like history, I like tidbits, facts, factoids too, but factoids by default are not real, but I like all of those things. I do also like board games. Hey, maybe if I get good enough at any of my board games, I've got a large collection, I will stream that as well. That'd be kind of cool. Thank you everybody for chiming in today. Have a good one.